last left our group, you guys have been touring, and you had fallen into this cave, this cavern, this dungeon-like thing, and has made your way through a couple of trapped corridors. You encountered a giant crayfish and a gigantic turtle. And then you have managed to
lose our bard.
Lose the bard.
Well, I've got the map zoomed out, and I see the bard back in the mud room.
Yes, he is currently over there. So yes, you guys had dealt with the giant crayfish and a giant hermit crab. Raz is still hanging out in that room, and there he is. He's now back into Roll20. Then you guys had managed to push open this semi-secret hallway, this door into this hallway that was where you see some urns, some clay urns covered in beeswax on both the east and the western sides of the wall. That took a heroic effort of the four of you to push that plug open. Okay, so through that, Corin had he had read the Scroll of Comprehend Languages, which is still going still going strong right now. I think you've got 15-20 minutes on game clock of that. If you recall, there is also a faint amber gas that is prevalent throughout this particular dungeon. And it seems like every hour you end up taking some form of damage from this, if you are recalling that correctly. So when you got to, you guys were standing in front of the door, and the glyphs engraved in that wall, Corin was able to understand, that says, "Here lies Tloques-Popolacos, master of the others, who is like the wind in the night." You guys managed to jimmy open the door with the deft hand motions, and Corin was able to grab this part of the trap of the door, and he is holding currently this fragile glass sphere in which includes a swirling green gas. So you are looking into this room, and this is where we had left off. Behind the doors is a chamber cut out of the rock with a veil of calcite and stalactites covering the walls. Buttresses rise from the corners, brown shot through with black, and triangular stone pillars support the high ceiling. Accompanying the center of the chamber is a colossal monument resembling a giant's table, covered on all sides with intricate carvings and glyphs. Engraved on the front, in the front of the entrance, is a seal that displays more glyphs. Opposite the entrance, a battle axe is embedded in the wall, 6 feet above the floor. So, on the opposite end of that entrance, on the opposite side of the wall there, where you see, and let me click on this, that axe in the wall. Let me show you what that looks like.
Just barely hanging in there.
Managed to stick itself in rock, though.
We see the shadow.
Oh.
Is that better, Chris?
Whoa, yeah, I can hear people.
I changed the Discord server while you were gone.
Can you hear me?
Oh, thank you. Yeah. That's perfect. Can you?
Yes. All right. Hey, we're all good.
Just...
All right. Long story short, your guys are looking at this room, and The doors ahead of it again said, "Here lies Tloques-Popolacos, master of the others, who is like the wind and the night." Corin is holding a fragile glass sphere, swirling with a green gas. Thongrim is kind of hanging out there. And across the way, you see that axe, which you should be looking at on the screen right now.
I don't see anything.
I will share it with you again.
Thank you.
See it now?
Yep. And can I get put back on the map, please?
No, you can't. Hang on.
Mainly, I think you just need to scroll way over to the right.
Yeah, you got.
It's like I wasn't actually on the map.
Oh, you were hanging out in another room. You were a little to the bottom.
No, literally, this map does not load when you first come into Roll20.
Oh, okay.
It's weird.
Oh no, this is what I was dealing with Gabe a couple of weeks ago, asking him if it loaded for him. This thing is gargantuan.
Okay, so here lies someone. There's an axe stuck in the wall. And what about a...
Corin is holding part of the trapped... there was a trap on the door that at the last session they were able to jimmy open, and as this glass sphere was falling, Corin was able to grab it, and so he is currently holding it in his hand.
What is this glass? Where did this fall from? The wall or
The trap over the door.
Okay. So I just want to know where it came from, because it sounds, with this cloud that we're walking through, that seems to be trying to kill us as well. Just wondering if there was a relationship, but that was more of a trap that probably is some sort of gaseous form that's going, or something else that's inside that.
That sounds like a good interpretation of what's happening.
Okay.
I mean, so far your experience in this dungeon has been gas equals bad.
Yeah. And what was Thongrim's last action? I mean, I know since he wasn't here, what was he... I forget what he was doing when we...
He was, I believe he was helping push open the door to help disable the trap. He was also taking a look at the urns that are to the east and the west on this. And remember, north is to the left, because that's weird. But he was looking at them, just determining if he wanted to actually try to open one or not.
Okay. And we haven't heard any noise or any other things going on.
No, you have opened up and you are looking at this room in front of you.
Okay.
So you do see...
For others who haven't noticed this, I just noticed this. If you go to the character list on the right, at the very bottom, you can see these images that Adam is posting for us to look at. And you can double-click them to open them if you want to close them and reopen them.
Yeah, they should be under a folder called Handouts at the very bottom of that list. Okay, so let's see if Thongrim decided to open this urn or not through the magical power of our dice. Lindsay, give me high or low.
High.
High. If he rolls above a 10, he's going to open an urn. He rolled a 15. So Thongrim, looking at these urns as he is wont to do, he grabs the one that's closest to him because he's looking for rupees or something that he might be able to help fashion into some sort of armor, and he cracks open the beeswax. Let's see. And he does it with a flourish. And in this particular urn, as it opens up, a small puff of gas opens up and just envelops his head as it dissipates quickly into the room, and he falls asleep.
No save.
Well, it makes it easier for the rest of us.
Oh yes,
He can't break anything if he's sleeping.
putting a leash on a toddler and all.
Damn.
I should be careful what I say. He might listen to this at some point.
All right, so that said, it's amazing when the dice kind of work out in the DM's favor.
Alright, so I guess I want to
Thongrim's
move
on
in.
timeout.
Okay, I'm going to check on Thongrim and make sure he's okay.
Okay. You can, I guess, roll me a medicine check.
Right.
He seems to be breathing as, as he slumped down onto the floor. His chin is just kind of, he fell like slumped down onto his face. So his chin is just jutted straight up. It kind of looks uncomfortable from where he fell. Kind of partially against this urn, kind of crumpled up against the floor. He seems to be okay. It's up to you if you want to make him more comfortable or if you just think he looks fine passed out on his face like that.
Does he look like he could be awakened, or is he like deep sleep where we won't be able to affect him until...
It looks, from what you can tell right now, it appears that he is kind of in a deep slumber. He may wake up in 10 minutes. He may wake up in a couple hours. We don't know yet.
I slap him as hard as I can across the face.
No.
All right. That does nothing. Except you see a little bit of a blush blooming where your hand met his face. So apparently blood flow is at least going.
I want to help roll him up against the wall, and hopefully he'll be okay.
Let's try this. Let's see if we can, wake him up, and I will take out my bag and something newer and hold under his nose.
Oh, there we go. we don't have enough toxic smells in this place.
I mean, yes, between the fumes of the gas and what he just did there, we'll see. Threw my dice on the floor. That appears to do nothing. So for now...
Well, guys, I'll try.
It was a valiant effort, though. So, Eldon, you are trying to make him at least a little more comfortable, so he's not stiff-necked or slack-jawed whenever he comes to.
Yeah, as much as I can move him, as my little weakling self, we'll try anyway.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was kind of what I was thinking. I'm envisioning this tiny little gnome trying to push this slightly larger dwarf over, while the others just kind of sit back and watch this shenanigans happen.
Or have someone over my shoulder slapping at him, so that's been helpful.
Yeah, you guys, with friends like you.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, guys, do we want to go to this rather ominous-looking, I'd say, crypt?
Well, I mean, the stairs were blocked off, so we can't go that way. And the guardian guy didn't seem to want us to go any other way from that room.
Yeah. I mean, the way out seems either blocked by that stone fall over the stairway there, or, that same thing that got us into this place. We would have to talk our way past him, and if we're on limited time of the the understanding, the
Well, remember, that didn't work. It was going through your Raz's mental thing.
Oh, so we didn't use the...
No.
We used the scroll, and I could understand him, but he couldn't understand me.
And then we switched to using...
Yeah, the telepathy works regardless of language.
Right. But it was kind of like a game of telephone. So Raz was able to talk to the crayfish, but but he couldn't understand the crayfish. So
no, if you look up telepathy, you can do both.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you speak.
Okay. All right. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I had to Google how it worked, and you can initiate a conversation with a non-telepathic person, and you can both talk.
Okay.
So I was staying out of the loop.
So did we?
That's not entirely true. It's intended to be one way, but we made it work.
No, if you look at the 5e rules, it's not telepathy is two-way.
It's not telepathy. It's just a perk.
I think his is a little different.
Yeah, mine's awakened mind. It's like one way telepathy.
And that's through the great old one, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I think that's how we did work it. So.
Okay, no, you're right. The sage advice does say it is intended to be one way.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to the game. Can I see the axe on the wall?
Yes.
Like, can I see the shadow that is cast?
Yeah, you can. You can see the shadow is. Let me get to that.
Assuming any one of us has a light going.
I thought we had. Didn't you do dance? Someone do dancing lights?
I probably did.
Yeah,
or did we get rid?
No, you had dancing lights, and now remember the gas also obscures light a little bit. So let me make sure, because again, light is fairly important with where you are.
Well, we can't even see we can barely even see that sarcophagus in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Isn't dark vision only 30 feet? 60?
Well, I have 60, so.
Yeah, and so that would effectively half that. And I tried to get with Ash to get the light going, the dynamic light again, but we couldn't sync up on that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull a torch out and have Mage Hand kind of hold it and move it through the room, thereby illuminating everything.
Right.
Okay, so we are going to go, because I was asking a question, do we want to go, we do want to go in and explore the crypt, is that what we're all saying?
How long have we been up here since I cast Comprehend Languages?
I'd say that you've been going about 30 minutes, maybe 35.
All right, so we can spend maybe no more than 15 minutes in here before we need to back out and start talking to the crawfish guy.
Yeah. Just don't want, because if we have to get past him again, because it looks like this side seems pretty challenging to get through, guys, so we, hopefully can avoid fighting that thing, maybe.
So
it is interesting as well. Just don't get distracted. Anyway, so sorry. We've got a torch floating through there now?
Yeah, my mage hand's moving it around wherever we need it.
All right, so two things. Let me get you a torch so you can move that out there. Something else to recall, during the encounter with the crayfish, Thongrim seemed to getting its good graces by feeding it some beef jerky. So, it kind of feels like they're on the tentative side of you. They're not actively aggressive. They weren't actively aggressing, but it seemed that went over real well with them.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. Gotcha. So maybe we could figure out some sort of sign language if in worst case scenario.
Alright, so I'm going to...
Can you put an aura on that? How far does a torch see?
Not far in this gas.
Hang on. Let me get this where you can control it.
It's 20 feet bright, 20 feet dim, so I guess if you have that.
Alright, so it's going to be half of that. So that's a 10-foot radius, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so double that for dim light.
So I think you can
Right,
run
but the gas halves it.
Well, it's 20 feet bright, 20 feet dim, so if you half it, it's 10 foot, 10 foot. Like that. But hard to see.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to say it is dim
Yeah,
and
no
dimmer.
one else can see this aura, though.
Yeah. All right. So
No,
we got...
only I can see the aura.
Oh,
Lindsay
okay.
can't see.
I can't. Yeah, I can't see.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Well, how do I show that to everybody?
I don't know that you can.
Oh, wait. Here we go. Is that it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. All righty. So we have a kind of a flickering torch that the mage hand is doing out there. I think the only person that needs it though is Corin. So everybody else still.
Or if you want that shadow to be on the axe too.
Yeah.
Well, it would extend our dark vision because I mean, if we can only see like 30 feet at the moment, then that would help us as well because there's a 60-foot deep room
and lets you see colors.
Yeah.
All right. So with this, you do see that again. Let me bring this axe up. With the light there, you do see that it is casting an unnaturally different shadow on the wall. Where you would expect to see the handle and the blade, you see this kind of this shadowy hand projecting. Assuming you guys are close to it.
Well, I'm going to go ahead
So
and
have we all stepped? Are we stepping into the room?
I'm moving up to the sarcophagus.
Okay,
or whatever it is.
And so Thongrim's kind of up against the wall next to the urns. We're. Oops, can I move myself? How come? Oh.
All right. So where is everybody in the map?
Why can't I control my guy? I am on the right button.
You probably not. The icons get messed up and they get detached from play. Just drag a new one over from the journal and delete the one that's out there.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
what are these columns that I'm standing next to?
These columns are just triangular stone pillars to support the high ceiling. The ceiling is about 30 feet high. As Corin was walking towards the monument, crypt-looking thing in the center, he sees some glyphs on the floor that he's able to translate to defilers. Now you shall join me in my eternal resting. Which kind of goes in line with the glyphs that were engraved in the door.
Does this thing look like a tomb that could be opened up?
Yes. So
I want to take the immovable rod and smash it on top and press the button.
Okay. So you put that on top of the tomb, and it is now locked in place. Shall we put an image on that? Hang on.
Yeah, it's fine. So it's going up to down on top of the tomb, is that right?
Like the gold being that it can't open up now because it can't slide.
Can't slide or can't go upwards?
Either way, I mean, it's pressed down on top, so if it were to slide, it'd have to rub the rock off the top.
Yeah, it's going to be sitting on top of the rock. I would say it's not going to be able to go, vertically, but it might be able to slide underneath it. I mean, there's only so much pressure you can put on top of it.
Yes, but basically there can be no vertical motion, so it's a lot of extra friction. It'll at least slow it down.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think?
Hope so.
All right. So we got that. And so now that Corin is there, and Corin, your passive is 14. Unless it is changed
Yes.
magically.
Yes.
Okay. So you see that this monument is constructed from several parts. A great stone slab that's 20 feet long by 10 feet wide, resting upon a 4-foot thick monolith of rock of similar dimensions. And all of that is then supported by 6 huge blocks of dolomite. Everything appears to be covered with intricate carvings and glyphs. And on the top of the slab, where you have slammed the immovable rod, it depicts a struggle between a dark-skinned man and a mighty knotted serpent. You see some glyphs identical to those found on the door, engraved all along alongside this illustration. And under these sigils, there's etched a series of 4 face glyphs in a line. And at the foot of the slab, which is the one closest to you guys, you see a row of 11 symbols, all different in form. You do see some glyphs etched into the face on top of the monument. Many different glyphs and such.
Do I understand any of them?
Okay. So looking at it, you see that carved in the block is the final resting place of Tloques-Popolacos. He died in 54-3-9. You see those written in that format, and let me write that down for you so you can see how it is formatted. Again, so you have his name there. And let's see here. Go ahead.
Where are these numbers written?
They are. You see these etchings here on the top of the crypt, where I'm pinging.
Yes.
Thank you. That's where that's written. You see the 11 face glyphs that they are written at the foot. That would be right here, kind of etched along from top to bottom, and each glyph seems to be different from the next. And there's a series of 11 of them. You do see some other glyphs, distinct glyphs written across the top of the tombs, but you don't really understand what they mean.
Have I seen any of the glyphs along the side or the bottom?
Or on the pillars?
You do happen to notice, Raz, that some of the glyphs on the foot match the glyphs that appear to be the dates that are engraved on the top of the tomb. And so other things appear to be engravings that further illustrate this battle between this dark-skinned man and this serpent. But you do notice a distinct correlation between those earlier glyphs.
I'm just making sure I'm hearing you correctly. I feel like I'm not. You said some glyphs along the side correspond to some of the dates on the top. What dates? Did I hear that word correctly?
5439 is a date.
Oh, that's a date. Okay.
Yes, which appears to be the death, the date that Tloques was laid to rest.
Where, like 5 and 4 or 54, where do we see that glyph elsewhere? You said we saw matching date numbers.
So you see the glyphs that were here. The 11 other glyphs, you seem to notice them in similar glyphs along the list of 11 along the foot of the monument here. Does that make sense?
Are the numbered glyph? Is it more than just the numbers on the bottom?
Well, there are 11 distinct glyphs across the line, and you do see that 4 of them do appear to be look the same as the ones etched on top.
And I can't decipher the other 7.
They look like they could be numerals to you.
I'm going to go up and find, I guess, let's say the 54, whatever glyph that is, and just touch it with my finger. Just kind of run my finger.
So when you run your finger across the glyph, I'm assuming you're doing the one on the foot of the block, right?
I'm doing what again?
You're touching the one that's on the foot of the tomb, not the one on the top of the crypt?
Correct.
Okay. So you do notice that it starts to emanate a soft bluish glow to it.
If I take my finger off of it, does the glow remain?
As soon as you take your finger off, the glow starts to fade, not immediately, but it's a noticeable, kind of like 3 seconds, and disappears.
What if 3 of us touch the glyphs at the same time?
So, to be clear, I'm assuming that you have touched one that signifies the numeral 5.
Correct. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's not 54, it's just 5.
Yeah.
Yes, I will be touching the...
Alright, so Raz is touching the symbol that appears to be the 5, and it is glowing blue. Well, what do you...
It's really just hit them all in order before we press all 4 at once.
Okay. So, Corin, you're saying you're going to touch a different one?
I'm telling Raz to hit 5, then 4, then 3, then 9.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll just poke one each individually after I find them around the 5, 4, 3, 9.
So, as you have touched them, they each in series glow with this bluish glow. And the moment that you touch the 9, you hear this grating sound issuing forth from the tomb. Now, in addition to this grinding sound, it seems like this rod of this immovable rod is starting to grind into a slight layer of rock as this tomb starts kind of sliding towards you. The top of it is sliding towards the door. Okay, and it is opening slowly with this god-awful sound. But immediately, you also see this glyph towards the top of the headstone just explode with light.
I want to, if I can, reach out, grab the rod, click the button, and then put it in front of whichever way it's sliding and click it again.
That's gonna take some effort there. Okay, so it's sliding, but first things first. So this glyph had exploded, so let's go ahead and deal with that. If you would, let me make sure that I'm giving you the right thing. You know what? This is kind of weird. It doesn't tell me what saving throw. It just says save on a DC. So let's assume that it's wisdom. Does that sound right?
I don't know what I'm...
Hang on, let me see.
What am I saving against?
So what was that?
I'm trying to find out what you need. There's a curse, and I'm trying to figure out what a normal saving throw would be against a curse.
Those are usually wisdom or charisma, I'd imagine. depending on what its effect is.
Okay, let's go with wisdom. And my volume's probably going up and down because I'm reading, turning away from my microphone. I'm sorry.
Oh, gotcha. So, are we all rolling for wisdom?
You are all rolling a wisdom saving throw. Corin's good. Raz is good. Siona, not so much. Eldon, not so much. So you guys have been... there was a glyph of warding that has bestowed a curse on you two. So there you go. You guys have been... You have some sort of curse on you. But from what you can tell, you both seem to be structurally sound and mentally sound. Everything seems to be functioning normally. But you two do have been cursed by something in this room. Now, to be...
Yes, we'll add a marker to our character then, I guess.
I would mark it on your character sheet. And so, to be clear, Thongrim is kind of hanging out. Y'all's propped him on the outside of this tomb?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically where the urns are, I mean, where the urn he opened is, he's just kind of leaning up in that corner there.
Yes. Okay.
I think only Siona is strong enough to actually move him. The rest of us are weaklings.
I just kind of rolled him. You want to delete my left character? I can. The one inside the room works.
Done.
Okay.
Jotting some notes down.
Yeah, where do you put notes on your character sheet for curse?
You probably have to edit the thing or something. Or just make a note of it. I'm making a note of it.
Oh, here we go. I'll put it in my bio page. As an additional feature or trait.
Enjoy.
I'm cursed. I have no idea what that means.
Well, you may find out at some point. Let me see here. Okay. Now, I mean, as far as curses go and everything, there may be ways to dispel it.
Yeah, yet another spell that I haven't.
Yes. You're
prepared for my daily prepares that I could have used.
Were you going to say something, Lindsay?
No.
Okay, I thought I heard something. Okay, so now as it's slowly sliding open, Corin was going to try to move with extreme deftness to try to move this thing, roughly 15 feet while this thing is sliding open.
Which way is it sliding?
It's sliding towards the door.
Which is where...
So.
Well, I imagine the rod is within my reach right now, unless I had to get pushed back by the thing.
Okay, well, I mean, I have you here, and then
I wasn't paying attention where you put it. I just figured I'd put it down right where I'm standing, but whatever.
Okay, that's just put it there. So, all right. So, in terms of just where we are, we're going to say
here's what I'll do. It's fine. I will have the mage hand drop the torch, reach down, and do the moving for me.
Okay. So through all of that, we will say that the tomb is able to open up about. We're gonna say it's opened about halfway before you were able to lock it down.
Okay. I pull my bow out and point an arrow towards the head of it in case something comes up. And then also slowly start backing up.
Yeah, I'll back up as well.
Okay. So, luckily enough for you, it looked like it's, you know what, if I wrote red for it, it would have stopped about 5 feet. So it was going to stop anyway. For you guys, you see that it was unlocked and it's kind of slid open. So all of that would, that said, if for naught, it's still opened up, it's still stopped. So we'll say that the immovable rod is, still at the edge of it, but it's only open about 5 feet from the front. So if you guys wanted to continue opening it, you are more than welcome to try.
I'm going to grab the rod, then put it back in my belt.
Okay.
So it stopped moving, and the rod isn't really doing anything. Then there's no pressure against the rod that we noticed.
No, but you do notice from your vantage point. Well, right now this thing is kind of tall, but you can kind of get that sense that it seems to be hollow on the inside.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to have the mage hand go re-pick the torch back up and move it over top of the open area.
Okay.
Is Siona in the room?
Yeah. There you go.
She was leader of the minding it.
I was just like, I want to go stand behind Siona.
Slash watching over Thongrim, who we're just going to let sleep.
So what do you want to do?
I'm going to say a prayer.
Never a bad idea.
I'm going to slowly lower the mage hand till it's just like almost out of my line of sight into the
Okay.
And I'm going to hop up on top and just try to peek from that vantage point inside.
Okay. So as the mage hand slowly lowers the torch inside of the tomb, the light is kind of snuffed out where as it goes inside, so it's kind of beaming out through this fog. And as you peer over, the block beneath the slab is indeed hollow, and inside is a crumbling skeleton that is decked out in a whole bunch of decayed finery. It appears to have been a man of taller than average stature, obviously of great importance. Gems and other small adornments of obvious value lie on and around the body. Covering the skull is a mask of jade with cowrie shell eyes and obsidian pupils. About the corpse's neck is a jade pendant carved with the face of a human-like bat. And throughout that, I mean, you get the feeling, you can't see all of it, but you see that there is quite a bit of treasure throughout this particular tomb, or this particular crypt.
I'm going to guess it's probably cursed. Maybe Siona could look in there with her detect undead vision.
Her detect evil stuff?
Oh yeah, what's her sword doing?
Well, that was more of a...
I don't hear my sword. It's enemies that hear my sword.
Yeah.
They're evil.
Yes.
Otherwise it'd be the most anti-stealth thing ever.
Hang on, let me...
I seem to recall hearing stories of vampires and their deadliness, so I'm going to just take a couple steps back in the chamber and just not do anything.
Go ahead and use Divine Sense. See if I detect any undead.
Okay, and I am desperately looking for what I need to show you, or what I need to go against here. All right.
And I'm still pointing my bow at that thing, so if anything moves, I'm going to panic, loose an arrow.
So right now, he just appears to be a skeleton, adorned in all sorts of finery and stuff. So you're, you're undead. What is this? Let me read that again. I mean, at the moment, you don't hear any heavenly music going through. It's, this thing is, just it appears to be just a straight up skeleton.
Alright, I'm going to tentatively hop off of the thingy. And I'm going to move to this side, but I'm going to take a long route around. And I want to keep peering inside of it.
Okay. So as you're peering inside, I mean, you do see, several. You do see the jade mask. You see the jade pendant inside of it. There does appear to be some sort of breastplate that you catch a glimpse of. That's also kind of a greenish hue to it. You get the feeling that these people liked jade. But without opening the full thing, you don't really get a gist of everything that's inside of it. But there's clearly quite a bit of treasure inside.
Alright, then I'm going to move slightly closer. And if I don't see anything, I'm going to put my bow away and pull out the old magic rapier, cast dancing lights, and send them inside.
Okay. Go for it. The rest of you notice that Corin's over there dorking around with some dancing lights and appears to be about to stick his head inside of the tomb.
No, I'm not putting my head inside. I'm not even touching it.
I mean, as I said before, we're if we need to move to because of time on the language, but I could cast a ritual at this point in time if we want to spend the time of detect magic. It would take us 10 minutes. If we're really interested in divining what we may be looking at here.
I mean, how long have we been in here? It can't be more than like 5 minutes.
I was thinking 5 or 6 minutes so far.
Well, I figure that gives us about 15 or so on my spell, so if you cast Detect Magic, we don't have much time.
Right, we're pretty much like out of... we lose the language issue.
So real quick, Corin, what did you do with that glass sphere?
I guess it's in my pocket.
Okay.
Now that you mention that, I'm going to take it out of my pocket and hold on to it gingerly with my left.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to come back over here and then give it to whoever has the bag of holding, and I'm going to put it in the bag of holding.
He's asleep.
I'm going to walk out there, and I'm going to put it in the bag of holding. Can't break if it's in there.
Interesting.
Although it is and does end up on another plane, so it means it's no longer sensed in this area, right?
I'm going to take that risk.
Okay.
I think that is correct.
What's that, me?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
on another plane. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say that it was a glass thing of poison, so it's done its job. If the trap going off didn't alert anybody, I doubt that the poison ball disappearing would have set it up.
We're only assuming it's poison ball. We have really no idea other than it's green.
Well, I'm going to guess that when you open a door and a glass ball falls from the ceiling, that it's not a healing gas.
True.
Alright, so getting back over here, from where I'm standing, can I see anything that... I mean, what are we looking for? Is there any reason, going back to what you guys are saying, is there any reason for us to be in here?
I mean, there's a lot of treasure in there.
And that treasure's got to be cursed.
Doesn't have to be. Could be. Might not be.
Well, half our party is, so I'm going to guess the treasure is too.
Do we feel cursed? Do we feel something from this curse?
No, y'all feel fine.
Are you casting that detect magic? I kind of think you should.
So, do we want to spend the time to cast a ritual?
Well, it's that, or we just give up on this room and go talk to Lobster Boy again.
About other directions to go. I can go either way. What do other people think?
So, Yona, what do you think?
I mean, that axe looks really tempting.
And it's not evil as far as we know. Or at least desecrated.
Oh, I didn't check for that.
Your defined sense would have alerted you to that, though, right?
Oh, I thought it had to... Since I said undead, I thought that was the only thing.
It detects any of the three, not just one.
Oh, it does say strong evil.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't get a sense of
so
strong.
nothing stinky. Okay.
It also tells you if a location has been consecrated or desecrated.
What you looking for there, Raz?
Just rolling.
Can I take a closer look at that axe?
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we're staying in here. So I will cast the.
Go ahead and get it. Cast it.
Okay, so I'm going to move myself to somewhere like here. I mean, granted, within 30 feet of myself. Or wait, it says no the presence of. Oh, I'll just click it.
You have like 10 minutes of that spell's active, so you don't have to. Once you cast it, you have 10 more minutes to wander around looking at things.
Yeah.
It's not an instantaneous thing.
Right.
So Eldon is kind of popping a squat. He's doing his ritual over there. Raz is hanging out by the door. Corin's still peering around looking at the treasure inside of the tomb, and Siona has wandered up to the axe.
Does anything in that tomb, from what I can tell, look like it would be a key or something?
Not that you can tell, no. I mean, you see a bunch of jade, you see a bunch of gemstones and gold-like stuff. You'd get a better feeling if the tomb was completely open, what all is in there. The mask is clearly, you can see the mask clearly, and it is you can tell immediately it's of striking value, as is the pendant. So, Siona, what you doing there?
I'm just checking it out. Did detect magic detect anything?
Are y'all waiting for it to finish?
Yeah, I'm
Sure.
not touching anything until then.
All right, so 10 minutes has passed, and Eldon, you are detecting some magic there, man. So let's see.
Just wander around the room, Eldon.
Yeah.
Wander around.
So as Eldon is wandering around, the axe is clearly pings off as magical. And as he can also tell several of the objects inside of this tomb are also magical in nature.
I guess I will be relaying that information to everyone in the room. What we're seeing as far as that.
Yeah.
Which items do I see that are?
The axe, in your mind's eye, has a clear aura about it. If you peer into the tomb, the items that you see in there. Make sure here because there's a laundry list of stuff in there. You see, right? I mean, you're kind of on your tippy toes, right? You're kind of looking into this thing, so you kind of got a little angle at it. You can tell that there's an outline of something around the skeleton's arms, more of the forearms. You get a sense that there is a glow towards the end of both hands, and towards the far end, closest to the door. You see an outline, a little bit of a halo of a glow down there too. You can't really tell what it is, but there are 1, 2, 2
on the
3,
hands.
4.
Does it look like a ring, or does it look like something like they're bound? Or
You would think it's a ring. You would be able to tell more if you could clearly see it. Again, you're kind of peering up. Imagine like this little kid kind of peering into a fountain. Kind of pulling yourself up.
This sarcophagus is
Yeah.
It's a giant sarcophagus. I mean, it's 20 feet, right?
Yeah, 20 feet long, 10 foot wide, and what is it? 4 feet tall? Was it? Yeah, it's at least 4 feet tall. It's on top of 4 foot thick rock, and that 4 foot thick rock is supported by another 6 huge blocks of dolomite. So we're going to say, all in all, this thing is probably, I'm going to say 7 feet tall. So you'd have to climb on the bottom edge of it first, and then 4 feet in to look into it.
Okay. So I'd be telling everybody, it looks like most of what's on this guy is magic.
I think you see, if I'm counting right, 6 distinct auras in there, not inclusive of the axe that is plunged into the wall.
What schools of magic are they?
You would ask me that question.
I've been holding off, waiting, but
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know.
then it's not important.
I mean, I would say there may be evocation, maybe.
Well, if you knew the answer, then that would have been an important question.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know specifically what it is. I mean, without you guys, identifying what it is, obviously I can't tell you what it is. But if I knew what they were, I would think they were cool. But that's me.
So was there anything were the doors or anything around the doors magical?
No.
All I'm hearing is that we should take them all at the same time.
Well, the lid isn't all the way off, so we couldn't reach everything. It's a lot of the stuff
I can fix that.
under the.
Now,
but I also want to check this axe out too. So I've looked in there. I've told them what's in there, but I also want to look. I mean, I can look at the axe from up to 30 feet away and see if there's an aura over there.
Oh, there's clearly an aura around it.
Okay, so, and then also, so I want to mention that, there's something. Is it a stronger aura, or is there a school of magic around that different? Doesn't happen to be like necrotic or.
No, it doesn't. It is just, it has the same aura as everything else. You can tell that it's magical. Or do you want to touch it?
Okay, not yet. Of course, now we put the ball in the bag of holding, so it's can't check that. I guess just keep walking around the room. Do those urns outside? Do they? I mean, just looking through any of that, since I'm using my time to discern. Is there any magic in those urns?
Only the one that was cracked open by Thongrim.
That we recognize.
Yeah, but that one had, it's starting to the magic that was on that one is slowly dissipating. So you see that aura fading away.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, here's my plan. We douse the inside of that coffin with oil. I burn it, and when the flames die down, we loot.
How do you know the loot won't burn?
If it's magic, it won't burn.
Sounds good to
How do
me.
you know?
How do you know?
What if it's a magical cloth item?
I'm gonna take that risk. How about y'all?
No,
Well,
I just want to take it all.
So what about Mage Hand to? Can Mage Hand pull stuff out, or?
Dan.
It can. Now, the stuff that is not magical, the mask and the pendant, which are clearly within grasp right now, Corin would be able to notice that they are of value, and I'd say of this, significant value for, what you guys have encountered so far.
Okay. So can we put the rod back on top so at least the lid can't be pushed up by, if this thing comes to life, it could probably push, it's probably strong enough to push that lid off.
Okay, then I will put the rod on, I guess, about a foot from the head.
Well, I wouldn't want it to slide out from under it. I'd put it about dead middle of what's left of it.
Okay, well, what I can do...
so that if, he would have to slide it, at least far enough to get out from underneath that, right? Is it grooved into the stone that it's sitting on, or is it just flat on flat?
It's flat on flat, and Corin can move that rod thing now.
Okay, I have an idea. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I would think as close to the middle of it as possible then.
I might be able to do two things at once. What I want to do is take the rod, put it on like the edge of the foot of the lid, but I want to angle it such a way that it's just like it's almost horizontal, but not quite, so that it is still blocking its, so it can't move north, but also can't move up. Does that make sense?
Well, I'm just worried if you don't put it towards the middle, he'd be able to tilt it open.
I'm gonna draw it real fast.
Right now, the foot of the stone is hanging about a foot off, hanging a couple of feet off the end. So there's a fulcrum there.
I know. Let me see if I can draw that. I can't. I'm drawing in the black and I can't see it. So that's the lid up to the solid blue, and that's it hanging off.
Right.
I want to put
it is hanging off about 5 feet.
Okay. So what can I put the rod? Let me change colors here.
How long is the rod?
2 feet.
I don't know, it's a foot, maybe 2 feet.
Foot or 2 feet. Let's see.
Keep on drawing. I'll find out.
Then I want to take the rod.
I guess I get what you're saying. So that if you lay it
angled like that,
if you lay it on there a little bit, then it would still be able to tilt up, I think. But
we can wedge something under that between the rod and the door.
I think since it's flat on flat, if it could slide any direction, he's if anything comes out of there, if he wakens or whatever, I don't know. Or maybe we're just overthinking this, and
I will tell you, this party does tend to completely overthink things.
Well, it is my flaw.
I mean, mine too. I do the same thing.
Yeah, let's try it. +1 for me.
But really, in order to get at anything, I mean, outside of what you can see there, you guys are going to have to. You guys are going to be the ones who have to move that lid.
Well, my guess, like, if we can use the mage hand to start, like, pulling things out of there and setting them on top of the,
Oh yeah.
or
Oh yeah.
off to the side, right? So we can kind of keep. That's why I was thinking keep the lid kind of held, but then use mage hand to pull out what we want.
Okay, well, how about this? How about I put it back on top like we used to have it so that it can't go up? And then Siona gets at the foot and keeps it from the best of her ability from going that way.
Siona.
And it's
Where do you want me to go?
Complicit.
and it's been 10 minutes. Is Thongrim awake yet?
Nope.
He didn't wake while I was casting a ritual.
I'm gonna walk over to Thongrim. I'm going to take my water skin, cast prestidigitation on it to make the water as cold as I can, and I'm gonna splash some on his face.
Okay. Still snoozing. But I like the attempt.
Well, anything else I would try would leave him unable to have kids, so we're gonna move on.
Okay.
So Siona does her best to brace it that way, and the rod will keep it from going up, and I will mage hand things out of it.
Because we're into crypt robbing now.
Why not? What?
At Loots.
I mean, we're in here for some reason. We could have just left 10 minutes ago.
Well, yeah. I mean, they seem to be pretty strong magical items. The
question, my biggest fear is the door slamming shut. Either the doors or that plug.
That's a good point.
And do we still have any of that harder liquor we found a while back?
I would imagine so. I think it made its way into the bag of holding.
The Arabi ale?
No, I want something that's going to burn.
I mean, you guys
We're
pick
not
up
burning
some.
it first.
I'm going to burn it first.
We're not burning it first.
I said I'm not going to burn it first.
Oh, I thought you said you were.
Oh,
I mean, you have some sour wine somewhere in there.
Yeah, but I don't think wine burns.
What is oil of etherealness?
Well, the etherealness makes you ethereal. Puts you in the plane of, the ethereal plane, and you can kind of go through solid objects, some weird things like that.
Oh,
Why do we have some?
Yeah, it's apparently in the bag of holding.
Well, on the ethereal plane, you can only affect and be affected by other creatures on that plane. You can move in any direction.
Okay, I just read. Okay,
You can move through objects. So you can basically kind of makes you a ghost.
There's also some vials of clear pungent. Oh, that says it's Thongrim has clear.
Well, I'm going to take some of that strong liquor we have and testing it to make sure it does burn off in the corner somewhere. If it does, I'm just going to douse the skeleton in it.
Okay. So, what was the liquor? The Arabi ale? Is that what you were trying to burn?
Whatever the strongest stuff we have was. I know we had some like fire water or something at one point, but I don't know if Thongrim drank it all.
There's some vials of clear pungent oil are that we still have. I don't see anything else.
All right. If we don't have any liquor that burns, I'm gonna take one of my 2 things of oil and pour it on the skeleton.
Okay. So the oil, you do see that it burns, but barely. The amber gas that's again permeates the entire area does impact how fire works. It is, it's kind of sputtering and everything. So it is on fire, but it is not like, burning bright.
And we would have noticed this on the torch as well?
Yes.
Okay, then never mind that plan.
It's also impacting the dancing lights, that the light from it is a little dim. I mean, this stuff is everywhere, and it's been impacting the way you see things and all that. And actually, technically, perception checks that require visibility should also be at disadvantage. But, whenever I remember that.
All right, so are we ready to start looting this thing, or are we just going to leave?
We've gone this far.
Loot.
All right, what is the most... Given that what Eldon's seen, what would he describe as the most valuable or powerful item in that crate?
Hey, Eldon, what do you value most in terms of, do you value power, do you value wealth?
Power.
Okay.
Okay. Or Plan B is we just start grabbing stuff, and if it comes alive, we kill it.
Right. So what were the items? There was one of each hand, something on his feet, at his feet,
Yeah.
a breastplate,
Okay.
the helm, and the crown, and one other thing.
The breastplate's be 2. I need something less than 10 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see the mask and the pendant. They're not magical, but they are very valuable, or more valuable than most from what Corin can tell. You see some other gems and finery, fine stones.
I would want to remove the magical items first, because those are things that whatever this thing is may be able to use against us should it rise.
Okay.
That's why I was looking, thinking of the items that were there. Other items we can pull off after we get rid of the magic.
Okay.
Items.
So there are around the wrists. You see something around the wrists. There is something on each hand. There are some things towards the bottom of it, and around his hip area. So, which one do you want to pull first?
Okay, and the crown. So the crown. None of the crown and the mask and the pendant are all just mundane.
Yes, mundane stuff. Like I said, of value.
I think maybe the rings. Don't you think, guys, that the rings would be the most something we would want?
Here's the thing. If, as it stands right now, I can grab one magic item further down because no one else can reach far enough into it.
Right.
If we go ahead and push the top off completely, we can just be like speedy. Everyone grab something magical all at once, but then the top's off. Which plan do we prefer?
Only Thongrim were awake to have just done all this while we were talking.
He would have, and then he'd been put in the bag of holding as a timeout.
Flip a coin.
All right, Siona, roll a dice, an even dice, and we'll go evens and odds. Evens, you go with the mage hand. Odds, you fling the thing off the top.
No, we'll decide this without randomness.
I don't have a preference.
I say take the top off and everybody grab something. And I'm going to go for the axe. Or the heaviest item in there. What was the heaviest thing that's magical? Or is there a heavy thing that's magical?
Breastplate, probably.
The breastplate is not magical.
It looks like there's 2 items per hand, 1 belt, and something on the feet, right?
From what you can tell.
But that's what I can see. So if we pull the top off, we can get one person on each hand, and
one person grabbing the feet, one
and
person on the belt,
and grab the belt as well, right? That's 3
and I'll
people.
grab the axe at the same time.
That's 3 people.
I can grab 3 things. Depending on how, at least 2 things with Mage Hand.
Okay. So I guess let's. Are we capable of moving this top then?
You might be able to.
I would like to try to move the top.
Yeah, let's deal with taking the top off then.
All right.
And I guess one of us will all help her.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to take 2 of you. So let's see.
And then
here.
I will use this as an ability check, so I can do guidance on whoever's helping.
So I need 1 or 2 of you to give me a strength check, not strength saving throw, a strength check.
I guess I'll do it.
Well, Lindsay or Siona's strength is best.
But I think it's we're 2 people. I mean,
wouldn't I just get advantage?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, it's 1 or 2 of you. You're good. So as the 2 of you start pushing on it, the grating sound of the slab, you are able to push the thing off of the tomb, and it crashes onto the floor with a loud, just kersh, but louder than that. It makes a large noise, but it unveils the full skeletal remains of Tloques-Popolacos. You do see, as the skeleton lays in state, you do see the mask, the jade mask with cowrie shell eyes and obsidian pupils, this jade mask, the jade pendant that's in the shape of a human-like bat. Going down the list, beneath the mask, you see some fragments of bone, as if the jaw or the skull has been crushed. Within the fragments of the jaw, there is a spherical white stone. There are strands of hair still remain on the skull that are gathered into black obsidian and red pipestone tubes, which is worth a good bit. You see a royal diadem of dark opals and jade discs. On either side of the mask are jade earplugs carved into several pieces resembling budding flowers. Draped over the rib cage is a breastplate made of loops of tubular jade interspersed with bone dividers. It looks reminiscent. If Thongrim were there, it would tell you it looks like something that he would make studded leather like. Scattered around the neck and through the rib cage of the corpse are 156 jade beads, shaped like spheres, cylinders, and other types of geometric shapes and flowers and pumpkins and fruit. Around the wrists, you see a set of wide jade bead bracelets. On the middle finger of each hand are carved jade rings, one in the form of a man holding the moon, and the other a panther ready to strike. Pressed into the fingers of each hand is a large bead, a jade cube in the right hand, and a spherical agate in the left. And at the feet of the skeleton lie 2 small containers, apparently of glazed clay, one fitted with flower-shaped plugs in both ends. The other holding a 1-inch diameter piece of mother of pearl. We'll get to that. Lying among the hip bones is a 6-inch long statue of a faceless man with pointed ears. It is plugged at the bottom, so it appears to be, as you're looking at it, appears to be a bottle with some sort of dried powder substance in the middle of it, or inside of it.
What are the chances we could get that in text?
Every jade thing ever made is in that thing.
It is Jade-a-palooza in there. Well, let me see if I can get that in text. Hang on.
So we don't have, like,
Well,
a jade magnet that'll just pull everything out of it?
So if we start pulling things and dropping them into the bag of holding, we sort it later.
I can take a screenshot of the book. Would you like me to do that?
No, that's okay.
I can.
Lot of jade. It was too much to write down, so I kind of bailed already.
Jade and opal.
Yeah, jade, opal, agate, stuff.
Stuff will give me worthless because when we go to sell it all, we're going to crash the jade market. All right,
I'm gonna take a look at I'm gonna pull out my mage hand, and this spherical piece of agate, I think you said was in his left hand.
Yes.
I'm gonna just withdraw it for the left hand and have it levitate a couple inches from the corpse.
And you are able to pull that successfully free from the skeletal hand, and it is levitating a few inches above its hand.
We don't see any reaction.
No, you do not.
I say, "Hey, looks like we're free and clear," and I start taking it and then putting it into the bag.
Okay. So a spherical agate. It's worth 50 gold.
We will need all that in text form for the inventory later.
Oh yes, I will get it to you. I apologize for not having it handy in the first place. All right, so what's next in this this claw game of fun?
Okay, just pull the magic items off. Bring the bracelets.
Okay. So
backing up over here and keeping an eye on things. And the mage hand has the torch again.
All right, so
wait. I can't see over the lip of this thing anyway, so all I see is like the auras.
So I'm assuming Raz is over here. He's actually. Were you over here, or was your mage hand over there?
I will have gotten close to the crypt in order to see what I'm looking.
Drag Thongrim's body over there and stand on top of Meldon.
That's not nice. And I can't move the body with Bagel.
You might be able to. It'd just take you forever.
Put him in the bag of holding. Come over here, pull him back out.
Well, I'm guessing you've got the bag of holding there right now.
No, he left it with him. He was just taking.
It sounds like Raz has it if he's the one looting the stuff.
Well, yeah, Raz had the green ball, right? He dropped that in the bag of holding.
No, I put the poison ball in the bag of holding, and then I left.
You left it there.
Yeah,
okay.
He never took the bag of holding with him.
We bring the bag of holding over to where we're filling it, essentially.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. So Raz now is the holder of the bag of holding. And he has put a spherical agate in there. And it sounds like Eldon is trying to scramble to get some stuff out of it. Out of the tomb.
Let me know when the tomb's empty.
I'm just trying to see what's going on and saying, talking about grabbing the magical stuff off of it first and getting it out of reach kind of thing.
Okay. So
I will move around. Since he's on that side, I will move around just to help, kind of as pointing.
You can hold the bag open while he throws things into
it. Sounds fair to me.
Dexterity saves and checks galore. Now, go ahead.
Yes.
So I'm assuming I heard rings, so we'll start there. You start by pulling off the man-shaped ring that looks like he's holding a moon, and you are able to successfully pull that from the skeletal hand with nothing happening, and proceed to pull off the panther, the skulking panther ring, and it comes off without a hitch. So what do you want to grab next? There looks to be some bottles towards the bottom.
Just keep, the magic item, the magical items. I would suggest first. I don't know.
Okay.
That's
Alrighty. So the wrists, you start.
You're amenable to that.
All right. So who's doing the mage hand? Is that Raz or is it Corin?
I'm holding the axe, the torch up.
Okay.
Raz is using it to loot stuff.
Okay. So.
Oh, we have 2 people with mage hand. Sorry.
Correct. Okay.
I didn't.
So you start to pull the jade wristbands off, and you kind of, as you start directing it up, it gets a little tangled up on the hands. So you direct it to pull just a little bit harder, and you notice that one of the thumb bones kind of breaks off a little bit. Kind of cracks as it slides off. But other than that, nothing seems to happen as you pull off those jade wristbands. Easily enough, you were able to get the clay pot that's laying at the bottom of the tomb that looks to have the dried remains of some sort of what used to be a liquid in it. And you pull this, also this laying amongst the hip bones is a 6-inch long statue of a faceless man with large pointed ears. That also appears to be a bottle that contains some form of liquid.
And those are all the things that seem to be magic, so we just dropped those off the bag of holding.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I believe that is the case.
Okay, yeah, I misinterpreted one of those as a belt, but okay.
The last magical item that I am aware of is the axe that is kind of hanging off in the wall with that strange-looking hand shadow.
That I'm a little bit more concerned about, Siona, but if we want to drop that also into the bag of holding...
If I
Do you have everything out of the crypt that you want? All the magical and non-magical?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just concerned that, like curses or anything like that, or...
Before she does that, if I hold the torch and move it around the axe, does the hand shadow move around?
Yes, it is definitely being cast from... That shadow is being cast from the axe.
But we've looted everything, right?
Could we just take the bag of holding up to the axe, hold it up, wrap it around it up to the wall, so that we never, and then just yank it off?
You could most certainly try that, but to answer Siona's question,
I would hesitate because I don't want to rip the bag of holding because that would...
True, yeah.
So, the only thing I know that y'all have taken is all the magical items. I have not heard anything else.
Take all the other shit, too.
So do we want to take all the other shit before we...
Yes, take all the other shit.
Okay, take the other shit.
Just get it all out of there. And I'm going to grab the axe.
Okay, so...
Unless you can talk me out of it.
I'm hearing Siona's grabbing the axe.
Wait, is everything out of the crypt?
So
I want all the jade.
You're waiting until all of the stuff is in our bag.
Yes, I'm waiting until all the stuff.
I agree. So we'll go... As we go through and start pulling it, is there anything eventful as we're pulling all that stuff out? Is all we really need to know, right?
What is the last thing that you pull off?
Whichever one sets off the trap.
Whatever. Let's go from foot to head.
I think the mask should be the last thing.
Foot to head, and we'll do the mask the last thing.
Foot to head. Okay, great. So that's all I needed to hear. So you guys have you have a laundry list of, worthwhile shit out of there. Some treasure.
I'm putting that into the bag of holding.
Yes, it's collectively, it's like a Hoover. You were just taking the bag of holding and just plop, 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 popping things in there. You get to the 156 things of jade, all those different things, and it's like a Hoover vacuum cleaner. This stuff is just like right into the bag. It's like weird how that happened. So you take off the pendant that's, the jade pendant around the neckline, and you brace for something to happen, and nothing happens. You now have a jade pendant that is apparently worth 50 gold. And then you reach, then you pull the mask off, and you're trying to get that, and it's just kind of, a little stuck there, and you give it the last little push. And the skeleton sits up.
Oh, but I was just about to start braiding its hair.
Yep.
Was there a crown on that thing?
Yeah. He said something about a circlet.
Yeah.
Right, so the mask would have been the last app. So you're saying we went...
You went foot from head.
Crown on?
Yeah, no. In order to get the mask off, you would have had to slit it over the diadem that was there. So I'm assuming you took the diadem off first. And then,
okay,
and
so
then
the only thing left that's not in the bag of holding is the mask that we were just now trying to pull off with a mage hand. So we're all standing back as he just sat up. Got it.
Yes, he is sitting up. And with that, that is initiative.
Rolling initiative.
I'm glad something happened, because if nothing would have happened after an hour of looting.
Hey, I tried to move y'all along.
The way you kept emphasizing how much it was worth was like, okay, that's a trap. And it was.
Okay, I'm holding the bag of holding, is that correct?
Yes.
That's gonna be... Okay, gotcha.
I told you we should just put the whole skeleton in there.
There are so many buttons to press.
Oh, of course.
Sienna, Corn, Eldon. Hey, Raz.
What's up? Oh, did I not click my thing again? Damn.
Oh, I see you. 14. I got
Okay.
Told you I should have burned everything.
No.
Let's get you... Okay, so as he sits up, the mask kind of, it's kind of hovering over his head there. So it's, you see this skeleton kind of, it looks, if a skeleton could look groggy, this skeleton looks groggy. So the mask is still in Raz's mage hand. The mage hand is concentration, right?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Okay. So he... What does he do? I did not anticipate going first. Okay, so as this thing comes up, Siona, this is when I'm assuming you're. Are you still detecting undead stuff or evil stuff?
No, that's for one turn.
That was for one turn.
So 1 minute, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's long gone. All right. So we're gonna say that we get into this, and as this encounter starts, I say you're towards the end of your spell of comprehend languages, and with that, as at the beginning of this, let me get to the beginning of this again. You guys, as you get into combat, you end up taking another bout of poison damage. Again, 1 point of damage. Look at that. So, Tloques, he sits up, and it's like he's taking a survey of the room, trying to figure out where he is and what's happening. He turns around and he looks around the room, and his gaze appears to lock on the axe that's in the wall. And that is his turn.
Alright, I scream in startlement like, oh my god, kill the fire. And let's see. I'm going to move. How tall was that thing again?
I think we said 7 feet.
Like that's the top of it 7 feet, so none of us could see in there.
Yeah, I mean you would had to have stood on the blocks that surround it, and then the thing itself was 4 feet. So yeah, I mean you're looking at it. So
okay, so it was.
I would say from the ground there, you can clearly see his head looking around. But the fact that he's still sitting in there, I'd say right now from where you are, unless you were directly on, standing on top of that stuff, he's probably got cover.
I'm trying to count my movement on here.
And Raz, you are on deck.
Alright, can I get from where I'm at to right there? Hopping up on top of the block and jumping in?
And that'd be 5, 10, 15, 20.
Well,
you count the hopping up as difficult, that would be 30 feet.
Yeah, I would say hopping up would be difficult. So that would take you 1 square back.
Oh no, because it would be 5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to scream out, oh my god, kill it, and stab at it with the ray.
Okay. That would be a hit.
So I stab it for 20 points of piercing damage.
Is that because... Hang on, let me make sure where this guy is.
I'm assuming he's adjacent to somebody.
Yeah, I was just... Yeah. Alright.
And then I'm going to pull dagger out in my left hand and stab again. I assume a 20 hits.
Yes, a 20 does hit.
For 2 more damage.
Okay.
And that concludes my turn.
Alright, Raz, what's up? Siona, you are on deck.
Knowing a little bit about vampires from stories and being an utter coward, I'm going to jump 10 feet backwards, just like a scare.
Okay, which would afford him an opportunity attack.
Sure.
And he tries to swipe out at you with his claws. So that's an 18.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
For 8.
Alright. I will... What kind of saving throws it? I will throw up the sign of the horns using my bonus action to cast Hex on this strange skeleton weird creature. And then with my pinky and my forefinger I will throw up 2 blasts of Eldritch Blast.
Okay, and before you do that, real quick, that I gotta go back to Corin's. That was piercing and slashing?
Nope, all piercing.
All piercing? Okay, gotcha.
22 points total.
Yep. Yeah, we're good. Hex. Throw it at me.
You should post a spell.
Okay, the 15 misses. The 21 hits.
15 misses? Ooh.
Yes.
It'll do 1d6 necrotic for what good that's.
You also gotta make sure you pick the ability that it gets disadvantage on.
Yeah, I'll say it gets disadvantage on strength. Strength ability checks.
Okie dokie. Strength and... Alright, so... The Eldritch... Okay, so he's going to take damage from the Eldritch Blast and from the Hex, right?
Correct.
So what is the damage from the Eldritch Blast? Is that the 7?
7, yeah.
Okay, alright.
Oh, did you choose strength? You chose strength?
Yes, as it's disadvantage.
What do we cast or do against him would do that? I mean, generally, wisdom or constitution or dexterity checks are more necessary, right?
Well, he can grapple with a punch, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not saving throws, it's just ability checks. So, like, maybe grappling or...
Oh, okay, got it.
Anything that's a strength ability check, he would have disadvantage on until this
Oh,
thing...
okay, got it. No, I'm caught up now. I got it.
And I'm done.
Okay, Siona.
Okay, I want to climb up there so I can get in range of him. And I'm going to hit him with a flail.
And...
Damn it.
Damn it.
I'm going to take another swing. Nope.
Nope. Yeah, so you end up, just crashing it into, like, you just hit the edge of the tomb both times. Alright, anything else?
Nope.
Okay, Eldon, you are up.
Got it. So going to be a little freaked out. I guess since I've been holding the bag of holding, I've got to use my bonus action to pull up my.
No, you can pull one weapon out for free.
My staff and my shield are.
Oh, your shield would be a full action if it's
Yes.
unequipped. But you can pull a weapon out.
I'm carrying it there, but I mean, how do you carry it while I'm holding the bag of holding?
Right. I think you would have to drop the bag of holding to put the shield up, but you could pull out the staff.
So is that going to cost me my action?
If you want to put the shield up, I would say probably so.
Yes, as written, it does say shields take an action to equip.
Which, makes sense. That's about 6 seconds. To drop that,
Yeah, no, I just want to make sure I have.
Yeah.
And in that case, then I'm going to have to use that as action, and I'm going to so I was on the corner, so I guess it's 1 is to here, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 25 feet. Is that fair?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
I'll go with it.
And then I guess that means I didn't have to. I used my action. I didn't have to use my bonus action. Right? So my bonus action, I will cast my spiritual weapon. At which I would put it.
That's a spear, right?
It's my staff. It's just a weapon, a floating weapon. that can attack. So I just need. Remember, I need the. Oh yeah, there it is. So I would have put that right next to him to attack him. I can't control.
You should be able to now. I was trying to get it there.
I'm going to go with there so that it doesn't block anybody who wants to move around. So that's where it's going to attack him. So that was, I guess, the 16. If that hits.
It does not.
Okay, so that would be... That's what I got.
So a 17 hits.
All right.
15 does not.
Well, because I rolled a 17 and did hit him.
Okay. So he's back up. And as his turn comes around, you see the flesh start knitting back around his body. As the dust is stirred up into clouds and everything is starting to knit back. And his, you see the sinewy flesh and muscle get there, and he stands, he's sitting there, and he stands up. Let's see here. He disengages. 15. Heads off towards his axe. And let's see, that was his action, his movement. And there we go. That's his turn. Corin, you are up. Raz, you are on deck.
Alright guys, I think we gotta stop him from getting that axe. So I'm going to, let's see, hop down and then run and get in front of him and stab out with the rapier again.
Okay, that is a hit.
So 10 more points of damage.
Yep.
And then once more with the offhand dagger. Oh, that misses.
Miss.
Then I'm done.
Raz. And Siona, you are up. On deck.
I'm just going to move a little bit to my right to get in line of sight and pop off 2 more Elder's Blast.
Ooh, close, but no cigarettes.
On either one of them? Wow. Alright.
17.
Alright, is that it?
Yep. Done.
Siona, you are up. Eldon on deck.
Okay, I'm going to move into right.
Okay,
And I'm flanking, so I get
Yep.
advantage.
correct. Hit.
And I'm also going to Divine Smite.
Is that flail?
It's bludgeoning.
Oh, yeah, but it's... Sorry, I was clicking it to see if it would do anything. It's not magical, right?
No, it's just a flail.
Okay, so you notice that the damage doesn't do as much as you thought it might.
So, also 11, whatever that is, holy damage, smite damage, divine.
Okay, so 11 on that and 5 from the other. Okay. Anything else?
Oh, I get to attack again. I forgot.
Ooh, well done.
I'm gonna smite again. After I do the damage. 17.
Okay.
Oh, that was the wrong spell. But you already saw it.
Yeah. Alright, so 17 is, that's divided by, that's 8. And then that's it, right? You don't get another smite. Oh, you did get a smite.
Yeah,
You
I
have to
can.
use it again.
What's the roll on that one?
Do I get to double those dice?
You do. It's one of the things that make paladins so good is they can smite crit smite.
Wow. 4 fucking... Excuse me. Really? I get to... 15. Ugh.
Alright.
Goblins.
Wait, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Don't sound too disappointed. I mean, you did do a shit ton of damage, but not as much. Alright, Eldon.
Okay. So, as this guy seems to be... Make sure I'm doing this right. Tougher to hit. I'm going to bless. There's 4 of us, I guess, in this fight. Thongrim's still sleeping back there.
Yep.
So I will bless all 4 of us. We all get a 1d4. We can add to our...
Everything, almost.
Just about everything, yeah. I'm going to then, as my bonus action, move my staff and do an attack. My spiritual weapon, that is. Attack.
That's a hit.
I guess bless worked. And so that does... Oh, I cast... Why is it asking me what level? Oh. Okay.
Probably going to ask you every time you cast, hit that button.
Right, because that's how I get the... But yeah, I did it at regular, so takes 11 force damage.
Okay.
And then for a move, I will just since I guess he's going that way, I'm gonna move to here, and that'll be mine.
Okay.
Turn.
So at the beginning of this turn, you see that all of the skin and muscles have completely reattached to his body. And
how tall is he?
Oh, jeez, man. How tall is he? Let me get a mental picture of him.
No more than 20 feet long.
Yes, he is no more than 20 feet long. We'll say he's a big old boy. You know, we'll say he's 6.5 feet tall.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead with your description again.
All right, so as the the skin and all that stuff completely forms, and his eyeballs are back into place, he seems to be healing back into place as bits and pieces of him come back into play. So he is going to move. He's going to pivot. If you would imagine Ross Geller yelling "pivot" away, so Sienna would get a opportunity attack if she so chooses.
I choose.
Chosen wisely.
I go.
4.
Even if I roll a 4, I won't hit, right? Would I still be flanking then?
I think she
I
would have
only
been
got
when
a
he moved.
16 anyway.
Yeah, I think you would have been flanking, I think.
Well,
It doesn't matter anyway. I only got a 16.
Well, you get a 1d4 to.
She rolled it already.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Okay. So, how did we rule picking up an object as a bonus action, free action, or full action? I can never remember.
I think it was if you want to pick up, if it's the first thing and it's a weapon, you can pick it up and equip it for free.
Okay. So he's going to reach up and he's going to take the axe off the wall. And I'm going to move the entire damn map.
Well, that was weird.
Sorry about that. I moved the entire damn map. I thought that was a token. Apparently it's part of the map. Alright. So he picks it up. And he has this... let's see. Okay, so he has this axe and he's going to turn around, wielding this axe, and he's going to cast... Sorry, this isn't part of his character sheet. So he is going to cast Burning Hands at we're going to say at 5th level, if I'm reading that correctly. Alright, so that's going to be a 15-foot cone, 3d6 plus an additional 4d6, so 7d6. And he's going to do it he's going to cast it like that. So that math should be 7d6, right? 30 plus 4?
Yep.
So we make a dex save?
Yes. And that's a DC 15.
Even with blessed.
Alright, so 23 points of damage to each of you, and the spiritual weapon, does it take anything?
No.
Okay.
That I know of.
Nah, I don't think it's an actual target. No one in Critical Role's ever had theirs attacked.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I don't want to delete any of y'all's characters. I can't seem to grab that thing that I just drew. So we're just going to leave it there. And that is his turn, I believe. You know what? Wait a sec. That was 15 feet. And I said these things were 30 feet tall, right? He's going to climb, scale the wall. He's going to be 15 feet in the air. Corin, your turn.
That means I get an opportunity attack against them.
Yep, go for it. Hit.
So 10 more piercing damage.
All right.
Alright, I'm gonna be like, shit guys, that burns pretty bad. So, I am going to slightly panic. Going to run. Let's see. Right here. Drop both the weapons, pull out my bow, step back into combat, and shoot at him.
Okay. That's a hit.
To hit for 9 non-magical piercing.
Okay.
I'm going to jump back behind this column and hide. Assuming that does block line of sight, right?
Yes.
So I am now hiding behind that column, slowly burning to death.
Yes. Let me write that down. All right, Raz, you are up. Siona, you are on deck.
Yeah, at this point, I've just got the can of Raid, and I'm like backtracking and spraying the roach that's crawling on the ceiling. So I'm just gonna take 5 more feet back and just start doing more.
You got one.
Yes, 1 plus 5.
6 total, right?
Yeah, 1 force, 5 necrotic, whatever that turns out.
2.
Bless is helping out.
It's good that it's pre-adding it to our rolls to make it easy.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's me. I'm done.
Siona, you are up. This guy's looking kind of hurt.
I can't reach him though, can I?
He is 15 feet in the air.
I'm just gonna throw a javelin at him.
Throw away. Miss.
Do I get 2 javelins? Okay. Sorry, I still don't know how my paladin works.
That's going to hit.
Whatever attack you want, you get 2 of them.
8.
For 4 damage.
And then I'm gonna hide over here.
Eldon?
So everybody but me is taking damage, right?
Think
You
so?
took a point of damage earlier.
Well, yeah, we were all taking poison damage.
Did Raz take damage?
From the fire? No, from the poison.
Yeah, just me and Siona took any real damage.
Yeah. But, I mean, from the... Y'all haven't taken a rest or anything since y'all been in the tomb, and Raz did get whacked earlier from a trap, so he's not unscathed.
Okay. So we need to heal. So, you guys are all pretty feet.
Yeah, I'm on my last breath here.
Okay, so I don't believe I don't have this one queued up as a clickable. My preserve life, my class action. I'm going to do preserve life, which allows me to 5 times my level, a point split up any way among any number. Siona, how much damage? How are you on damage?
I've got 15 points.
Oh,
left out of 40 or 39.
okay.
I have 4 of 28.
Okay. So, 25, 15 to, is 15-10 a good split then? 15 to, Corn and 10 to Siona?
You can't give me more than 14.
Why not?
It says the feature can restore a creature to no more than half its hit point max. So you can only give me 10.
Oh, and how much are you?
You can only heal me 214 health, so you can't raise me above half health.
Oh, I see. So is this?
And you can only heal Siona.
5?
And then you're not below half then, Raz, right?
No.
I think in this case it's probably the most healing I can do in one shot, so still, even without using all the points. So,
Yeah, so
let's go ahead and do that. So both of them are up to that.
So you heal me for 10, Siona for 5. That means you have 10 points left to do what you want with.
Right, but everybody else is above half, so it just... Right. I can't, so they're just unused.
Yeah, as long as Raz didn't take that much damage.
Yeah. Okay. I still think that's probably worth it at the moment.
Yeah, me too. It's AoE heal.
Right, and then, so that's my divine thing for the day, for the moment. And then, with my bonus action, the spiritual weapon is a floating weapon, so I'm going, and I can move it 20 feet. Does it reach him now?
I'd say yes. Let me make sure. So 5, 10, yes. Yeah.
Even with my 1d, it's gonna...
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
They've done enough dice roll. That looks cool. Anyway, never mind.
All right.
And then I'm kind of, I can see him between the pillars, right? But I'm kind of behind this pillar, right?
Yeah, so I'd say you do have cover.
Okay, that's where I want to be then.
All right. So Mr. Popolacos appears to be healing some more, and he is going to use for his action, he's going to use Children of the Night.
Oh, yeah, I found...
Was the sun up when we fell down here?
It was getting closer to the evening time, and you've been down here at least 2 hours, so the sun would have just gone down. So that's his action. So those come in slowly. The first swarm of bats will come in, flying in here. At initiative of 3. Okay. And he's going to take his other additional movement, 15, to climb to the top. And come over here to the corner. And I think that is... because that wasn't an attack, that was his action, so he doesn't get another attack. And I think we're done there. Okay.
30 feet high now?
Yes. He is climbing, he is on the ceiling. Corin, you are up, and Raz, you are on deck.
How's he looking?
He's hurt, but he seems to be getting better.
Alright, I'm going to take a risky move.
My favorite.
I'm going to pop out of cover, tell some horrible joke about him driving me batty, and cast Tasha's hideous laughter. He's got to do a DC 13 wisdom save.
Ah. Falling prone, huh? I believe that is a save.
Yep, that saves. So I'm like, well, it's worth a shot. I'm going to bounce back over here and hide from him again. And my turn is done.
Alright, Raz, what you got? Siona, you are on deck.
So I see this swarm of, 6 bats or so behind me? Coming
Yeah,
up behind?
it's a swarm of
That's
bats.
the first of 6 swarms.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm going to move up a little bit, and I'm going to cast. Let me see if I'm. I'll move all the way east. I will cast Blindness on Mr. Vampire Guy. Constitution.
Alright. This is just going to be a straight 20. Oh, wait. Hang on. There it is. 11.
Does not save.
Does not save. He is blind. Okay.
I'm done. Actually, I'm going to bonus action Healing Word on Siona. Or no, I can't because it's not a cantrip. Never mind. I will do nothing and like it.
Yeah, you will. Siona, you are up. Eldon is on deck.
He's still on the ceiling?
He is
right?
still on the ceiling. He is blinded, hanging out in the corner.
Blinds a bat. Hey!
Hey!
Well, guess I'm javeling.
You have advantage though because he's blind.
Oh, I do?
He's blind.
Yeah, that just seems weird, but yeah.
I think that could be melee only.
Okay, well,
Let's check.
somebody tell me.
No, AC is a ability, so blind would be disadvantage.
Blinded. A blinded fails any abilities check that requires sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and his attacks have disadvantage.
Yep. Seems weird, but let's go with it.
Like, he can't see to dodge, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so 4 from that. And that's maybe a miss.
Oh yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. Roll. 18?
18's a hit. So another 4.
And I'm going to... move over here. Out of his line of sight. It wouldn't really let me sit next to that thing because of the squares.
Yeah, if you hold the Alt key, it should allow you to line things up a little better.
That's where I want to be.
Okay. So you are there, and you are done, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Eldon.
Okay. We'll start by moving the spiritual weapon up higher. Since he still hasn't gone more than 20 feet away from it, I can get it to him, right?
Yes.
I'll attack him with advantage.
Hit.
Take 7 force damage. Now, these bats are flying at all levels, right?
It is a swarm. And as such, it can occupy another player's space as well. So it can sit directly on top of you.
Sure. And that's so I'm going to
And you know what? We should have been, I think... Well, you know what? Hang on before I say that.
What's that?
Hang on. Carry on.
So what appealing should I put up a shield?
Your spirit guardians?
Yeah.
That would probably kill all the bats pretty quickly.
Okay. So I will. Which means we're going to lose our blast. Because it's another concentration. But I will do this. Okay, sorry. So that's what it will look like. And green right now, right?
I don't see it. Now I see it.
Okay. I realize it's 15 feet, so I would imagine that's above me as well, so I can't reach the guy up at the ceiling, but...
If it's a 15-foot sphere, yeah, he is...
Yeah, anything that flies down into this space, and I'll let, I mean, our group is all protected from being damaged by these, but everybody else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so I've moved, I've done my bonus action, and I've cast that spell, so that's it.
All right.
And I would basically let Raz and everyone know to stay in close. To me, that would help protect them, these bats.
All right. So the first swarm of bats, I can move 30, 5, 10, 15. And it's going to sit on top of Raz, and it's going to try to bite him. That's how bats sound. That would scare the shit out of me.
That's how I sound when afflicted by bats.
Still scaring the shit out of me. 21.
Good job, Raz.
Yeah, that's a hit. Okay.
Ah, 2d4. Gotcha. It's like, how did that make over? 7 points of damage. Right. So, at the top of the round, they come in one over the next 4 rounds, so they were all supposed to come in one. So you guys got 2 rounds.
Just over the next 4 rounds?
It was 1d4 rounds, and I didn't roll it. So I rolled a 1, so the rest of them are coming in this turn. Alright, so a whole flurry of other bats have come in, and they've come flying through the door, apparently ignoring Thongrim, who is just dead asleep on the floor there. So this first swarm of bats is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will fly towards Corin there, and they have to roll a DC 14 Wisdom.
I don't think he can get to me.
No, they can't. They can't hit. But they're
No, what's his movement?
30 flying.
As soon as he gets within 15 feet of Eldon, his movement's halved.
All right. So that would be within 15 feet of him. So when he enters the green.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's still a Wisdom save, right?
Yes, DC 14 Wisdom. And on it's radiant damage and half as much. Do I roll the damage each time?
Yes.
All right.
They get to save each time.
All right. So it missed.
So I do a 3d8 for that. And that's radiant damage if they're weak to radiant.
Okay, you have mowed down a good bit of the bats. We lost the torch.
I just turned the aura off. I can put it back on.
Okay. Can everybody else see Eldon's aura?
No.
Oh, no one can see my aura?
I can.
No, that's why I was turning off the torch in case it was blocking it.
Hang on. I'll fix it.
I don't have it.
Now you can.
Now I can.
All right.
That works.
Cool. Now Tloques-Popolacos, his turn is up, and he is blind as a bat, but he is holding on to his hand against the wall, so he's going to scurry across. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20.
First, he's got to do the Spirit Guardians.
He's 30 feet in the air, so
yeah, he's
yeah.
Yeah, he's
over my head.
So, I'd say he's gonna be hovering right on top of. We'll say he's hovering on top of where Raz is on those bats, but he doesn't really see him down there. He just hears bats, and he's like, "Oh, my children are finally here." As far as actions,
guys, look out! He's a vampire pirate.
Arr!
A vampire?
Oh, how did I miss that? As he moves, you guys are having trouble seeing him, but you see that he is, some of the wounds that he had are starting to cover up. And he can't really tell what's going on, and he doesn't want to throw his axe, so he is done. I think. Yes. How long does blindness?
Let's see here. If he does a thing every turn, I'm sure he does.
I think he does. I'm guessing 1 minute.
At the end of each of its turns, the target can make a con saving throw.
Okay.
At the end, though.
Miss.
Fail.
Alright, next swarm of bats. Here's where the other swarm of bats are, and goes to it. And we'll bite at Raz again. Missing completely. And, well, he's not flanking. That's interesting.
I think the only way you could flank when you're on top of him is if the other thing was inside of him.
So you're saying I should try to get one into his mouth. Alright, so that's a miss.
That joke is low-hanging fruit, and I am above it.
No, you're not. Corin, you are up.
Alright, I'm going to
Us together.
move to here and take a shot at Mr. Pirate, vampire guy.
Miss.
Missed horribly. And then, seeing that, I'm going to realize I should have done something else instead and move over here. And I guess I'm done.
Raz, you are up. Siona, you've got a couple bats in front of you.
Really don't being like covered in bats. Let me see here.
Move to us. Move to us.
I'm gonna move away from two of those swarms.
And they are going to take opportunity attacks at you.
You can disengage and move, right?
But that would be his action.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, which is cutting word.
Okay.
Where's my cutting words then? Where'd it go? Oh, there. Yeah.
Alright, so the first one misses. But the second one probably does not.
Yeah, that hits.
Ooh, big damage.
Boo! Boo!
Everything's big damage against the bard. Alright. Can I do an aura against myself real quick?
Sure. I think.
Yeah.
Don't see any reason why not. Holy smokes, that's a big purple aura.
That's 30 feet? Hold on. Is that 30 feet?
30 foot radius?
30 feet.
Alright, hang on. Let me get it to where everybody else can see it too.
Just the...
Wait. What are you doing that on?
I'm doing it on myself.
Is it on your token, or did you just draw it there?
I set it aura 1, 30 foot, not square on my...
Okay, I just didn't see it on my side. Okay, there we go.
I'll say
We got
bit like
a weird-ass Venn diagram going on.
I'll say everyone plug your ears.
they're just a slightly lighter color.
Oh my god.
Hey,
I know, it's my fault.
The fighting, it was the pipes of I win the fight.
Yes.
It's the pipes of everyone stay away from me, which I love, and I think it affects everyone.
That aren't hostile, or
Well, no, I think, yeah.
if you wish, all non-hostile creatures automatically succeed.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I do.
So does that mean they're gonna Guardian?
All right,
They won't Guardians.
Popolacos saves.
X though
Wisdom.
would have been a 16 with wisdom, so I think it.
Your aura.
Sorry, I'm trying to get them all done.
Oh, gotcha.
What's funny is now that the bats are feared, it makes spirit guardians less useful.
Well, we can kind of push ourselves towards them 15 feet away, was my thought. Just stay within 15 feet of them, getting closer to them.
It would have been great if they were all feared. Raz could have ran away and pushed them all to you.
Alright, so all but one of them failed. Or all but one of the bats, and then Popolacos saved as well. So, does that mean they can move towards you? Yes?
That means the ones who succeeded can do whatever they want.
Yes.
The ones who failed cannot move closer.
But they can do it at the end of their turn. Gotcha. Alright. Perfect. Did you mean to take your aura off?
Yeah, that was just for calculation.
Well, I may still need it.
Well, it was a one-time thing. They don't need the.
Well, but
You don't need it anymore.
they can't go towards him.
Yeah, it's probably helpful to have it up, but it just.
But I can
was
turn it
asking
off for
a
everybody
lighter
else.
color.
The aura doesn't matter. They can't move closer to any no matter how far away they are.
Oh.
Okay,
right.
yeah, right. Alright, no, yeah,
And
we're...
an orange beacon.
Yeah, alrighty. So anything else on your turn?
Yeah, with my bonus action, I'll actually heal me.
Probably a good plan.
I swear to God, I put a +5 on that thing.
So you still rolled one die. What took him 4 to roll?
Whatever. 9 healing, because it's 1d4 plus charisma, I believe. And
Okay.
I will run my happy ass between Horn and Eldon. And I.
Alright. Hey, there you go.
I don't see you.
Alright,
Oh, there.
so the bats can't move towards him at all.
Nope.
So, if they are feared, they'll run away and
They
attack.
can stay still.
Well,
Oh, you're mean.
yes, I am.
That misses.
Actually,
Oh wait,
no,
he's
it doesn't.
asleep.
It's a
Fuck
12.
Well, his AC is 15, but he's asleep, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I think that automatically hit.
At this point, anyway.
Does that wake him up?
Ooh.
Ooh. That's a good question. I'm thinking. You will say that he is stirred. He has gotten some movement out of him, and it appears that has started to get him out of this trance. Okay. And they are doing the same thing. And that misses. So, Siona, you are up. Eldon, you are on deck. And when we get to the end of this round, we will need to make a decision.
Siona, can you protect me as I go help Thongrim? I can protect him.
So you want me to just move towards him?
Essentially.
Are you saying, is she going to grapple you? What?
I mean, I can move before him.
Yeah, she moves it before me in turn order, so I'm just... If I head towards him to protect him.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, like there?
I just need to get within 30 feet.
Within 15 feet.
No, I'm not going to use Spirit Guardians. I can't move that far in a single move anyway.
You could dash.
I'm confused.
I just need protection because I'm concentrating.
Move towards Thong. I think that's what he
Okay.
said.
Don't worry, I'm also a little confused.
I have moved towards Thongrim.
Which square are you on?
This one. Whatever one puts me behind this.
Well, I...
Gotcha.
Hold on.
How far can you... Should I be closer to where you can move to? Yeah? No?
I need a... I can move 25 feet, and I don't need to dash to protect him, because I don't need to use Spirit Guardians to protect him. I have Sanctuary.
Is where I am in a good place for you. Do I need to back up, is what I'm saying.
Here would...
We can't see each other's mouses.
Here's about as far as... I'm going to move within 30 feet.
Then I'll move right there instead. How's that? And I'm going to heal. I'm going to use 10 points of lay on hands.
I'm assuming you're right there. On that square?
I was right here to begin with. So yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I line you up in the square.
Okay. I'm going to use 15. And that's it.
All right. Eldon.
Okay. Most everyone's feared and can't go towards Raz, right?
Yes, most everybody.
Okay. Then for my move, that's 10, 15, 20. Is this one down here considered still in the aura?
I'm going to say yes because I don't want to have to calculate it.
Okay, good. Then I'm with 30 feet.
Yes.
So I can cast Sanctuary,
which is not concentration.
which is a bonus action, and just creates a ward.
And what's the save on that?
It's my... Oh.
Same thing it was for...
Yeah, my spell save, it would be 14 wisdom. 14 wisdom saving. To attack Thongrim at this point. And then for my action, that was my move and a bonus action, I will use my... where is it? Sacred Flame on the vampire ceiling.
Okay.
So he needs to save DC 14 dexterity. And he's still blinded, but it doesn't matter now.
And he definitely succeeded.
Yep.
There's a lot of plus 20, over 20 rolls today.
I know, right? Anything else, Eldon?
That's all I can do.
Okay.
But now there's 2 swarms in this one spot in the top above me, right?
No, there's one above you, and...
I thought there were 2 because...
Oh, no, there are...
Raz moved, you got...
Yes.
Okay. So they'll have to do the save at the beginning of their turns.
Okay. So the first one is over here, and let me make sure because... So that doesn't work. The second one, has to do his thing at the beginning of the turn, which is the DC 14 Wisdom. Saves.
Takes half the damage, so where's my... What was that, 3d8? And then divide by 2?
Yep.
I like the new roller. Ooh, except for that. So
Alright.
4 damage.
4 damage on that one. So this swarm is going to bite, try to do a whole lot of bites and nibble on Miss Siona. For 10.
So they miss?
Yes, that is a miss because I misread it completely. Alrighty. So we're at the top of the round. It is 9:30. I assume we need to call it? Yes?
How long is it taking us to get through a round?
10 minutes?
Yeah. The flurry of extra swarms of bats have kind of made this go a little longer. So...
Up to everybody else. I'm willing to stay around. So.
I mean, what I'm up for whatever. But, we've only got 15-20 minutes left is whatever, if we keep playing.
Yeah, I mean, this seems like we're at the top of the round. It seems like a good place to stop to me, because I know it's getting later over there for Chris. And for, well, Gabe's already said he's up, but this seems like a good stopping point to me.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean, I hate to end in the middle of combat, but I don't see us ending this within this turn. So
Make a little note here.
That is a good idea. Green is Spirit Guardian.
Oh, those blesses can be removed.
Oh, wait. You know, they can do the save at the end of their turn, right?
Which save?
For the fear of Raz.
Yes, I think we decided that was the case.
And that's what was the DC on that?
15.
All right, there's 2 of them that can make that save. The one that didn't get Siona, the one that's on top of Siona, also saves.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, so it's on the recording here. Blue dots are frightened of Raz. The vampire is still blinded. Green is the spirit guardians. The red lines don't mean a damn thing. I need to try to get rid of them. Thongrim is probably going to wake up this round. And you know what? Did they run their check against Raz too? I don't think they
Probably
did.
not.
Sheesh.
Okay. And I owe you guys a list of all of the treasure you guys have absconded with. And I think that's everything. Am I missing anything?
I just still see a red dot on Siona. Why is it? Sounds.
What?
There it is. Okay.
Yeah, the blessings needed to be removed because the spirit guardians came up. Oh, and so Thongrim has got a yellow dot, which means he's got the ward of whatever.
Sanctuary.
All right. Awesome. I think this has been an exciting combat. So
Next time we'll just learn how to loot faster.
all right. Well, everybody should be here next week, right?
As far as we know, we're planning on it.
The only thing
Unless
I know,
the time change kills us.
yeah, I forgot about the time change. So yeah, we'll just play it by ear. And then the 11th, no, Ash and maybe Gabe are questionable for the 11th.
There's a slight chance Lindsay won't be here because she could be going to Atlanta. But if she's not or running late, I'll just play her until she gets here.
Okay. And then we've got a potential anniversary session coming up. We've been at this almost a year.
Wow.